Hey folks, Mark here. Just wanted to share with you the fact that I got the ASI Air Plus in today, and I'm going to set it up tonight and we're going to test drive it to see how improved the signal performance is with the new external antenna, and we're going to try out it with the app and the latest version. So anyway, let me give you an idea of what it looks like in the box. We are not going to do that fancy unboxing crap here. I'm just going to show you what it looks like on the outside, and the next thing you're going to see is it's going to be way whipped up on the machine, and away we go. So here it is. There's the ASI Air Pro. It's in the box. We're going to open it up. It comes with a bunch of stuff. Ooh, look, it's a fancy red box. And cables, more cables, and more cables. And I think that's it. Oop, and it has an antenna. So there we go. We've unboxed this beast and we're ready to set it up. Okay, for those of you who have not seen the ASI Air Pro before, let me show you the original version and the new version. So what we have here is we have the original version. There's the top of it, and you can see it's got a power plug and a reset button and a Wi-Fi indicator, power indicator, and a card indicator. And on the top there, if you look, we have our SD card adapter. On the side of the older unit, you have your 12-volt output ports, and you have a connector for your DSLR trigger. On the other side, you have USB ports, 2 USB 3 ports, 2 USB 2 ports, and an Ethernet connector. And then on the final side, you have a connection for your telescope or something. On the back end, you've got a mount there, so you can mount it either vertically or horizontally. All right. So that's the older unit. The new unit, if we take a look here, you can see that on the top we have our 12-volt connector, we have our power button, we have our antenna connection, and then we have a Wi-Fi indicator and a reset button. On the side here, we have a mounting bracket, and we have a PC or USB-C connector, and we have a SD mini or micro card slot for putting in a memory card. On the other side, we have, once again, our 4 ports for power and our DSLR trigger. Nothing's changed there. And then we have our side here with our USB connectors and our Ethernet connector. And on the back, as you can see, we have a connection either way, vertical or horizontal. So the new one, if you take a peek here, is slightly thinner than the old one. And I think it'll be a little bit easier to mount. It probably has a better heat capacity, but we'll find out when we run it tonight. Alright folks, here we have this guy set up on my telescope mount. Tonight we're using a William Optics FLT91 telescope with a ZWO ASI 6200 MC color camera, and we have a filter drawer here with a, looks like a Nebula Booster 1 IGAD filter for our shots in the sky. So let's get that guy back in the shot. It's a nice magnetic filter. We've got an electronic autofocus from ZWO on this guy, and the mount we're using tonight is a Ioptron CEM40 EC having electronic encoders, and we're mounted on a genuine wooden post into some genuine dirt in the ground. It's very stable and it works great for me. Other people may cringe when they see this kind of setup, but you know what? If it works, it works. All right, folks, we're going to run this unit on a iPad, and I think what we'll do is we'll start it up. We'll come over to the unit itself and turn it on. I've already got the mount turned on, the camera's turned on. They're running off a separate power supply down there. I'm running the ASI Air Plus off of its own power supply. So let's go ahead and we'll flip the switch on here and see what happens. It'll go through a routine probably for startup. And it looks like all of the lights on the power port side have lit up. So it appears to be going through a startup process. Let's go ahead over and look at the iPad and check to see what the settings are for Wi-Fi. I heard a beep, and there we go. There is the ASI Air Pro. So let's go ahead and select that. We're now connected to the ASI Air Pro. We'll exit our settings and we'll log on to ASI Air program. And it's connecting. And it says we need to do a firmware update. So let's go ahead and we'll try that right now. And it's going through the process of updating the firmware. It's installing the firmware. Seven minutes. Let's see whether it tells us it's going to take several minutes. Don't leave the page and don't power the device off. So this is standard with any kind of new computer. It generally comes with an updated software, and there it goes. It says it's completed. We've firmware transferred, it's installed, and the ASIAIR is restarted. So let's hit completed. And it says activation online. So we may have to activate it online. And it says to connect our device to the internet and tap to get authorization code. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead back out of here. And we'll go to our settings and connect our unit to our internet signal. We're connected to the internet signal. Okay. And we'll go to ASIAIR and let's see if we can get our authorization code. Authorization code is obtained. We're good there. We're going to connect our unit back to the ASIAIR and tap activate. Okay, so let's go back to our settings. Let's go to our ASI Air Pro here, our ASI Air Plus, excuse me. We're back connected to it. Let's go back to our ASI Air and hit activate. Activated. We're good to go, and it looks like it was as simple as that. Let's hit confirm and we're up and running. So pretty much that's a pretty easy way of getting things done. Let's look at the date. Today's date, and the time is correct. Our longitude and latitude are correct. We don't have any cameras and other things set up yet, so we'll go ahead and we'll set those up, and once I have those set up, we'll come back and go from there. All right, folks, we're back again, and as you can see, I've gone through and I've done the selection of all my components. I just hit through there, choose the components that I want, and we're ready to go. I have an electronic autofocus. We have a small ASI 290 guide scope. We have the 6200 MC, and I'm using the CEM 40 EC with the latest hand controller firmware, which is this year's Plus. So let's hit enter, and it looks like we're up and running with our new ASI Air Pro. And if you'll excuse me for a few minutes, now that we're up and running and everything looks like it's good, I have a small animal in my yard and she's calling for dinner. She wants dinner now, right now. You can tell the way she's looking at me. Psst, psst, psst.